Oyo State government has officially received the 44 kidnapped pupils and teachers who were rescued on July the 10th, 2026, following their abduction from schools in Orire local government area in May this year after 56 days in captivity. Analysts at SBM Intelligence say Nigeria's security landscape shows a convergence of collapsing public trust, adaptive criminality, and resilient illicit economies as terrorists rejig their strategies. Kehinde Giwa, a security analyst at SBM Intelligence, joins me for this discussion. Thank you so much for your time, Kehinde. This is one very big news, looking at the fact that the Oyo school children have been released and will soon be reintegrated into the societies and meet with their families.
Sorry, I didn't get a question.
Yes, so I said this is a positive news, knowing that finally, after 56 days in captivity, they just have about 48 hours for some medical checkups and will be joining their families.
Well, it's thank you for having me again, Aki. It's great news, but the feelings amongst Nigerians is still very, very divided. Even though everyone is happy that finally the kids are out, finally the teachers are out, but there's still, a bit of mixed feelings amongst Nigerians, surrounding some of the discrepancies that were involved, alleged discrepancies that were involved, in the rescue process. Nigerians are happy. Nigerians are grateful that the kids are finally out. But like I said, were they rescued? Were they released? Were ransom paid? The Nigerian army has released several footages or a number of footages indicating that they engaged the kidnappers in a gun battle. But several Nigerians have disagreed with the whole claim. Several Nigerians have disagreed with the whole claim. There have been talks in some corners about whether was it a plot. There have been talks about whether the rescue process or the rescue came, just when President Tinubu and Vice President Kashim Shettima flagged off their campaign bid officially. So all of these discrepancies are in the air as to the rescue process. Were they rescued? Were the victims released?
Kehinde, looking at the narrative that is out there, it tilts either way. But one of the things that experts have come out to say is that the Nigerian governments have adopted a kinetic and non-kinetic approach in dealing with all the multifaceted levels and approaches of what these criminals are using. Let's look at how that is in terms of our fight against insurgency in this country. Do you want?
Sorry, the network.
Okay, I'm saying that while all of this have been in the news, a lot of people have come out to say that the government's approach in kinetic and non-kinetic approach in terms of battling with the rise of insurgency and their strategic approach towards from kidnapping, ransom payments and the likes, that is where the focus should be right now.
Well, that's absolutely true. That's where the focus should be, because Nigeria is presently, we are not completely free. We are not free from insecurity. Nigeria is battling with a compendium of insecurity crisis that is ravaging Nigeria across the 6 geopolitical zones in the country. The Northwest is dealing with banditry, just like you said. The Northeast is dealing with terrorist insurgency. The North Central is dealing with a lot of ethnic clashes. The Southwest is not left out. Everyone is really saying we need a kinetic approach, we need the non-kinetic approach. We need to start looking at some of the issues that even lead to these kidnappings. We know that there have been several pockets of insecurity around the area that even these children and their teachers were kidnapped. There have been pockets of insecurity around the Tesewaju local government, around the Owerri local government, and where this incident happened, sit in a boundary where, as recorded, about 50 incidents in the last 1 year. So the government, this is not just a milestone or a win, so to speak. The government needs to start dealing issues. They need to start stemming the causes of this kidnapping. The number one cause of kidnapping in this country, or the number one cause of insecurity in this country, is the economy. The economy is the driver. The poor economy largely is the driver for insecurity. And until we deal with all of these things, we've not seen anything yet.
Well, indeed, Kehinde, we would have to leave the conversation here, and hopefully the government is able to come up with strategies to addressing this long-term or short-term. Thank you so much for your time, Kehinde. That was Kehinde Giwa, security analyst at SBM Intelligence.